Monsta Infinite recently announced that in just 1 week after the marketplace was launched, the most expensive Monsta sold in the marketplace Monsta Trading Feature, containing 3 legendary parts, was sold for the price of $50,000. This is Jeff, and today we're going to be talking about the most expensive Monsta sold as of November 2021, and we're going to be discussing exactly why it was sold at that price, what makes it special, and more. Let's get into it. For people who don't know, Monsta Infinite is an Axie Infinity inspired play-to-earn game under the crypto world. While Axie Infinity has creatures that they call Axies, Monsta Infinite has what they call the Monsta counterpart. These Monstas, or Axies, are what we call NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. Simply put, these are non-physical or digital assets that more or less means that it's unique and can't be replaced with something else. For example, if you have 1 peso, trade it for another 1 peso coin, and you have exactly the same thing, same value even. However, in the case of Axie and Monsta, a one-of-a-kind trading card with a unique ID number is non-fungible. But why, or what exactly is worth picking up as an NFT? To be fair, NFTs can really be anything digital. It could be drawings, music, but right now, the trends are digital arts and small creatures like Monstas and Axies. Why? Because you can make money with them, or you can start trading and selling them. The choice is yours. We'll talk more about NFTs in another video. Now, back at the topic at hand, we're going to talk about Monsta number 247, sold for the price of $50,000, or that's over 2 million pesos in the Philippines. But the question still stands, what makes it so special? Well, just like in Axie Infinity, in Monsta Infinite, some of these Monstas are very rare and very unique. And we'll justify here why they were priced and sold like that in a couple of moments. If you're knowledgeable enough when it comes to crypto and NFTs, then you already know that one of the main reasons why it got sold is because these Monstas are non-fungible tokens or NFTs. So, back to Monsta number 247. The second reason why 247 got sold at $50,000 is that it is part of the rarest forms of Monstas up to this date called Inception Monstas. Inception Monstas are considered as the first batch of Monstas ever sold for the game. Consider them as the mystic or origin Axies for Axie Infinity, where there are only a few thousands of them that exist that also have a chance to have distinct aesthetics or parts from their normal version. The length that you'll have to go to just to be allowed to purchase an Inception Monsta also justify how hard the process was to get them. First, you need to be whitelisted, which includes doing tasks such as following Monsta Infinite's social media pages and sharing them with your friends. Only 4,088 Inception Monstas exist, with only half of it up for grabs during this event. The rest will be part of giveaways for multiple events for the weeks to come. Nonetheless, 2,000 Inception Monstas makes things harder if you put things into perspective. And lastly, you can only buy 1 Inception Monsta egg from that event. Once you get whitelisted, you only have an open window of 1 hour to buy an Inception Monsta egg, but an hour was nothing at all as they're all sold in just 1 minute. And just a bit of fact for the pricing of these Inception Monstas, it was priced recursively from 0.2 to 1 BNB. Now, once you bought that Inception Monsta egg, you'll have to wait until October 18th, the time when the marketplace finally opens. But actually, the event happened the day after in order to guide players on how to properly hatch their Inception eggs. That's a long wait. More than 1 month. But for NFT collectors, you're going to start thinking what you bought is actually worth it or not. Now we're going to skip right ahead to September. September was a busy month for Monsta Infinite. Its governance token, MONI, was introduced, the equivalent of AXS in Axie Infinity, as well as Axie's LSP equivalent of STT, or the in-game currency or tokens that you'll be earning once the game is playable. These tokens rank on different exchanges, and lastly, new types of Monstas got introduced. These 2 tokens of Monsta Infinite will dictate just how much you'll be pricing your Monsta in the future, as they are the currencies that you'll be using in the marketplace and in-game. We'll talk more about these tokens in another video, and just how this dual currency implementation allegedly gives Monsta Infinite the foundation and growth that it wants. And so, October 18 arrived, all Inception eggs were hatched, and we came up with this Monsta in particular. I'm going to be honest, it looks nice. Others might think it's something else, but from the looks of it, it has some special parts included to it. It had a unique arm, a unique tail, and of course, that unique flare flight on its feet. But what's rough here was, sure, you can finally see your Inception Monsta, but you still can't sell it on the marketplace. We won't be going through it in detail, but Monsta Infinite's marketplace had a rough start, even rescheduling the sale of the next 2 types of Monstas called Chrono Zero and Soul Bond Monstas due to the traffic spikes on the website. Which is both good and bad, as they're going to be adjusting things on their roadmap and people were definitely getting the news about this Axie Infinity alternative. But people were already uploading screenshots of their Monstas on Facebook groups and Discord, trying to come up with what makes their Inception Monsta unique, and of course its tentative price. Now, coming back to how much it was sold, of course you'd want to sell it for more than $100 or even $500 just to make profit. Even the price of BNB increased through the weeks. There were already a lot of side deals happening since there wasn't any official marketplace at that point. But of course, why would you risk selling these off the books when you have a higher chance of getting scammed that way? Checking back on number 247, its stats are pretty low compared to other Monstas, but its unique parts makes up for it. It's already hard to have one legendary part which is given randomly. What more for 3 legendary parts in one Monsta? And so, after months of waiting, on November 7, 2021, the marketplace finally enables you to start trading your Inception Monstas. With the sellers being able to dictate the price that they want to sell their Monstas, others are selling their Inception for as high as $60,000 to $100,000. Most people were hesitant to buy these Monstas, which was totally acceptable for many good reasons. First, the game still hasn't come up yet as of this writing. Second, while they are rare since they are Inception Monstas, their stats are pretty low compared to other Monstas with a lower rarity. Third, some Inception Monstas don't even have any legendary parts, and yet people are selling them very expensively. And lastly, who would be crazy enough to buy a Monsta that costs more than a car or even a house in some parts of the world? And so, on November 7, 2021, at the price of 5,555,432 STT, or roughly $50,000, Inception Monsta number 247 was sold. Whoever initially owned this Monsta did the right thing, to price it competitively, setting up the standards on pricing. And for whoever bought this at $50,000 truly believes that Monsta Infinite has a bright future as being one of the best NFT games in the future. Others might think it's a stupid decision, others will think of it as a fair deal, while others might think of it as a steal. Comparing this to Axie Infinity, its first most expensive Axie ever sold over was this one, the price of $131,790. That's double the price compared to 247. If given the chance that you own 247, would you have sold it for $50,000? Personally, I think it was the right move to sell it now. It's the most logical thing to do, and that's still growing your money to 50,000% as well. $50,000 is a lot of money, not enough to change somebody's life drastically, but that's $50,000 to spare. How would you handle your money is your business, and all that thanks to crypto, NFTs, and of course, Monsta Infinite. Anyways, that's everything we've learned for the past few months, coming up with the most expensive Monsta ever sold to this date. Thank you so much for watching. This is Jeff from Monsta Academy. Give this video a thumbs up, follow our channel as that helps us a lot, follow our Facebook page to be updated for everything Monsta Infinite, and have a good day.